Yo, what's up? Gabi here, and today I'm going to be reviewing what I believe is the world's smallest wireless microphone. Hey, how you doing? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Godox Cube S and SC, and if you are new to the channel, I will invite you to subscribe. I do a lot of tech reviews and photography and filming equipment just like this one. By the way, Godox did send me this microphone for review. Neither they pay me or told me what to say. This is a completely independent review. With that out of the way, let's get this out of the box. So I got two boxes. I'm just gonna show you one. This is the SC, and as you can appreciate, it comes into a carrying case with a zipper in which you can open, and all the accessories are there, like the magnetic pendant, a Type-C charging cable, and there are a couple of windshield filters. There is a SIM ejector tool. Yeah, I'll tell you more on that later. And there are a couple of magnetic clips. And of course, here it is. This is the charging case for the Godox Cube. This is the Type-C connection to plug into your phone, and here are the transmitters. Tiny, very small. Now, we also have an instruction manual and a quick start guide. I suggest you do not throw this away. And we also have some stickers. Just for you to have a reference of how small it is, here it is on a teaspoon. Look at how tiny this is. And here it is next to a blueberry, and I believe the blueberry is probably bigger than this microphone. And last but not least, this is a soda cup. It's the exact same size like a beer cup, so you have a very basic reference of how really tiny this is. So here we have it. It is right here on my t-shirt, and I have it in there with the magnets, and you can see they're quite strong, they're not falling off. That's also because they're extremely light. 7 grams, it's like ridiculously light. But whenever I have a microphone, especially a wireless mic, I'm a little bit concerned as they keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller, how is the audio quality gonna be? And well, I already tested and I think it sounds pretty damn good, but actually I'm shooting this entire video using this microphone, so you can judge by yourself. By the way, this is the living room of my house. It's a bit echoey. It's not the perfect environment for testing a microphone, but I guess in a way, if you are using something like your smartphone to shoot videos, it is likely that you find on a similar situation than me, shooting on the living room of your house. And yeah, it's not ideal. There is a lot of walls here, and the sound is kind of bouncing back and forward between these walls. But other than that, I think it sounds pretty good. Just for a reference, I'm gonna compare it with two other microphones, two of my favorite microphones of all time, and that is the Rode Wireless Go 2 and the Hohem Mic 01. These two microphones are meant to be a little bit more professional, so they're both mini wireless mic transmitters. One being actually really small, the other one, well, mini compared to the old wireless transmitters that we have back in the day. You can watch some of my old reviews somewhere in there when I have more hair and I look a lot younger. But yeah, both these microphones being a little bigger, they have the possibility to connect a wireless lavalier microphone. So they have a mic jack, and also they can have internal recording, something that the Godox Cube doesn't. But when it comes to audio quality, well, let's take a look at how that sounds like when comparing with these two. So now you're listening to the Hohem Mic 01, and this is just how it sounds like. I don't have any noise isolation active or anything like that. This is just how it sounds like on the exact same environment that I was talking a second ago with the Godox Cube. So you have a good reference of how one sounds like compared to the other one. Now you are listening to the Rode Wireless Go 2, and this is kind of like industry standard. It's supposed to sound very good. Yet again, the same environment, so it's not the ideal place to record audio, yet they're all in the same playing field. They're all in the exact same location with the same kind of bad echoey walls that I have around me. One little advantage so for the Rode Wireless Go 2 is that you can dial the amount of decibels directly on the receiver. That's something that you cannot do on the Hohem mic, but there is kind of like a way in which you can do something similar with the Godox, in which I'm going to be showing you a little bit later. I have turned on the air conditioner, so we have a little bit of some background noise. You can probably already hear it, but I'm going to keep quiet for a couple of seconds so you can hear it more clearly. So that's how it sounds like. And basically the Rode Wireless Go 2 does not have an active noise cancellation, while the Godox and the Hohen do, but you can always do noise cancellation in software in post-production, and this is how it sounds like with that. I guess it's actually kind of like the same. I always prefer to do the noise cancellation later on in post-production, but that being said, I guess for some more amateur video makers or someone who want to speed up the process, having active noise cancellation directly in your microphone could be a pretty big advantage. This is how the Hohen Mic 01 sounds like without active noise cancellation. Air conditioner turned on. I'm gonna activate this. Now we have active noise cancellation level 1. This is how it sounds like. And now we're gonna use enhance or level 2 noise cancellation. And I believe they do a pretty good job of getting rid of the air conditioning noise, but it definitely distorting my voice. It doesn't sound good at all. Even on the first level, it's still distorting my voice quite a lot. And finally, let's test the Godox Cube. Now without active noise cancellation, let's activate it and see. There it is. This is with noise cancellation, and you can dial down the amount of cancellation that you want. At the moment I have it somewhere right on the middle, which is where it cannot get rid of most of the background noise, but it still doesn't quite distort my voice. And the fact that you can dial in the amount of noise cancellation you want, well, that's very important. Because it's actually make it a lot more useful and speed up the editing process. Since I no longer have to do that in post-production, I can just push a button if I hear some noise and it make my voice sounds actually quite good. I can't really notice much distortion while I listening to my voice. So here is the case, which is also very small and is meant to resemble a lipstick. Now it's not quite the same size, it's a little bit bigger, of course. It's like, this is really tiny, but one thing that I really like is that it opens the same way. So once we open, it's like here, and that reveals both the receiver and transmitters. Now we have a couple of transmitters, each capable of lasting 10 hours, which is a really long time considering how tiny these are. But there is also battery in the case that can charge these twice. So basically 30 hours on both. That's very impressive. Another thing I want to show you here on the case is this couple of holes, so you can connect a lanyard, and there are also light indicators so you know how much battery is remaining on the case and the transmitter, and of course a Type-C port for charging this device. But something that I find to be really interesting is this little hole right here. Remember that SIM card tool ejector I showed you during the unboxing? Well, if you push in here, you can actually pair this with Find My in your iDevices. So the Godox transmitter and receiver, they're extremely tiny, but so is the charging case. And considering how small it is relatively easy to lose them. Especially if you go shooting while blogging and traveling, and you might forget them, I don't know, in the restaurant or in the hotel. And if that happens, well, you can just locate them using any iOS device. In this case, I have my iPad because I'm actually shooting with my iPhone. And I'm gonna first play a song. Let's see if we can see that. And it's actually pretty loud. Okay, I'm gonna stop the song, and we can also use basically GPS tracking, in which you can actually literally find the exact location of this. They're basically like built in AirTags. Even so, they're very small. It's impressive that they managed to put so much into these transmitters. So first we have a LED indicator that shows you when it's on, off, when you have the active noise isolations running or not. We here have the microphone capsule, and here we have a button that you can turn on and off. You can also trigger the camera for both starting shooting video, and even you can use it as a remote control for taking pictures. Now here on the other side there is absolutely nothing, but here on the bottom, well, that's where we have the connectors, so you can charge with the case without any wires. and here on the back is where we have the magnets. Now the magnets are really small but very powerful, especially considering that this is only 7 grams. Well, it have more than enough power to hold it in place without ever worrying that any movement will make it so it drop or something like that. One thing that I would really appreciate from Godox is they will have extra one for this. Actually, in a way, they do. That's because the pendant have the exact same magnets. Now, you can put it right in there and you can see how strong it is. As I shake it, I mean, it stayed there. It really holds very strong. Now, this is what it will be like an alligator clip, and it's also magnetizing there. I'm not sure I will ever use that considering the magnets are so good, but one thing that I will really use is this. I believe if you're shooting with an iPhone, you're probably more of like an outdoor person. So you want to shoot on the go. And it is very important that if you are outdoors and on the go and moving quick all over the place, there is likely that you're going to find a lot of wind just because, you know, outdoors there is wind. So one thing that I really like about this is how easy you can put this on, because the design doesn't make it any bigger. It's basically only covering the area where the microphone capsule is and not the whole microphone, like it's the case of the Holy Land Lark. I believe it's the Lark Mix, that the windshield filter is way bigger than the microphone, making the whole microphone looking really big. This is not the case with the Godox. Considering how small and lightweight and so out of the way these little microphones are, I believe that you can just put one like this, like for example in a necklace, and completely forget about it for the entire day. Remember, this can last you 10 hours without a charge. And also the receiver, it is very, very small. You can have it plug in into your iPhone and literally just forget about it. So it gives you like a peace of mind that no matter at what point you're gonna pull out your phone and start recording, you're always gonna get good audio. Now, this is really cool because there aren't many microphones out there that they're this small, sounds this good, and you can have it running for an entire day. And even if you manage to completely run that battery down, which is 10 hours, I mean, I would be very impressed if you do, but you can simply just swap one of the transmitters for the other one and keep going for another 10 hours. So a total of 20 hours without ever touching the charging case, not even mentioning plugging in. This is probably one of the most worry-free microphones I ever used. They're basically auto turn on once you remove it from the case, and they're pre-linked and they stay connected pretty much all the time. They might switch off because they might go to sleep if you don't use them. So basically, if you do not have the receiver plugged in into the phone, so there is no connection between the receiver and the transmitter, the microphone itself, the transmitters, they're gonna switch off to save battery. So all you might need to do is push a button and turn them on. Remember, there is an LED indicator that tells you when it's on and when it's off, and there is also a light indicator into the receiver itself. Hey, just in case you wonder, this can absolutely suit all kinds of outfit, because when you use the necklace, you can also use the necklace inside the shirt, so making it a little bit more casual. Now I'm using the necklace, but if, for example, I switch my t-shirt for a regular shirt and I might have not a good location to put it, I can just simply hang the necklace and have it hang it here, and it's always going to be in the right position. So that is actually very useful as well. By the way, Godox claims 300 meters of range, which is outrageous. I don't believe that is going to be possible. It's probably going to be with a perfect line of sight. Now, where I live, I'm never going to get 300 meters with perfect line of sight, and it's also raining non-stop, so I'm not going to be able to test that out. But the fact that they claim 300 is probably that you're going to get very good range. I will be very happy if this gives me somewhere around 50 to 100 meters. That for me will be very good, since, well, why would you use this in more than 100 meters? It's quite ridiculous. But you know, for vlogging, usually you have your phone in your hand or on a selfie stick, where it's going to be more than enough. And even if you put your phone on a stand and walk away, well, you're not going to walk away 100 meters, right? You're probably going to be like 10, 20 meters away from your phone. If not, someone might knock it down, right? So that is actually very good range no matter what situation. And I believe that even if just getting 100 meters is still very impressive. Should I remind you, this is only 7 grams and it's really tiny. So any range that is more than 50 meters is gonna be very respectable. Okay, so in conclusion, what do I really think about the Godox Cube? I believe this is by far my favorite wireless mic system right now. Let me explain. I shoot 50% of all my videos on my iPhone 14 Pro. The other 50% I use professional cameras like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. I also have a smaller APS-C camera, the Sony CVE10. And yeah, I mean, I use iPhone to shoot more videos than any of the other two cameras. So having a really good, very convenient microphone for my iPhone, well, it's very important. For a really long time, I was using this, the Hohem Mic 01, which it is actually pretty good, but this is better. Just having Find Mine, being able to find this in case I lose them. I lose this all the time, even so they're much bigger. And the fact that they're so much smaller, lighter, and with even better battery life, 10 hours. You can literally just put one of these transmitters in here and replace it with the other one, basically 20 hours. You can just have it all day, like wake up in the morning, put it in there, forget about it. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you know you're getting good audio the entire day. So yeah, really like them. As usual, link in the description down below in case you want to buy the Godox Cube, and I'll see if I can put any discount code. I'm not sure about the price right now, they didn't tell me, but I believe they're gonna be at a good price since Godox tends to have really good offers on its products. Okay guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Especially subscribe, that will help this channel grow. And I'll see you on the next one. Adiós amigos.